Hey, it's Styles from Brand Content Studios. Here's your Content Marketing Quickie for the week of November 26th, 2019. What does ABM stand for? A baby meerkat? All bred molds? Oh, you know what it stands for, probably. Account-based marketing. That's how B2B marketers more accurately target and deliver content to their most likely prospects. It helps you be more efficient in your sales efforts. Okay, so Demand Gen Report studied what 100 B2B business execs thought about ABM and came up with these delicious little nuggets. Only 6% of them are not doing an ABM approach at all yet. That means, theoretically, they're strategizing content not just for an audience segment or one decision maker, but for all the different people and motivations that make up the buying decision. The biggest problem with getting ABM smoking and firing on all cylinders is our old friend sales and marketing alignment. 46% say that's their biggest issue. Oracle's Kelvin G. says their team even removed the word marketing from ABM, making it just AB. Because, as he says, quoting that classic business philosophy film High School Musical, we're all in this together. The study found out it's sales that's driving the selection of accounts for 80% of those surveyed, not marketing. Because you want to pick accounts that'll be profitable long-term, fairly easy to work with, and that you can help in a meaningful way. Next, while influencer marketing is, rightly or wrongly, so freaking hot, that's not yet that true of B2B influencers. Influencer advocate content came in dead last of 6 types of content being made for ABM. Research shows people are more likely to trust technical experts and peers in their field versus brand-driven messaging. And finally, how are B2B marketing execs measuring ABM programs? 60% are looking at net new accounts engaged. Then comes number of qualified accounts at 52%, and contribution to pipeline revenue and win rate tying at 50%. If you don't believe in something, you darn well better find something to believe in, because connecting your brand to some trend or issue or societal problem or hashtag phenomenon is apparently becoming increasingly important. World Media Group says that's now a key goal for brands because consumers want to make sure they aren't just buying skin cream or a USB charger. They want to think they're saving whales or stopping people from being mean at the same time. Alex Delamain is president of said World Media Group and says the clear trend towards brand activism indicates how important it is for marketers to acknowledge and respond to the zeitgeist. Content campaigns provide a vehicle for brands to demonstrate their commitment to the social and environmental issues people care about, with authenticity and understanding. For instance, the issue I care about is more people using the word zeitgeist. Nailed it! Net Imperative reports it was advertisers, agencies, media brands, and consultancies that got surveyed. And some other non-world-saving trends came up as well, like audio and podcasts are the most anticipated technology development, with 90% planning on using it in the near future. The most popular content marketing KPIs are changing, with shifting brand perception on top at 31%, then time spent with content at 28%, and brand awareness at 27%. 80% think content-led advertising will keep growing over the next 2 years, And 41% said branded content now makes up over half of the campaigns that they're working on. What do brands care about when picking a media partner? Mostly a credible editorial environment, followed by audience profile, then quality of audience engagement. Poor AR and VR, that capability came in last, named by 1%. But it feels like you can actually reach out and touch that 1%. Did you hear that? It sounded like the air slowly leaking out of something. No, it wasn't me. I drank a chalky liquid for that. It was the air coming out of influencer marketing. Now, as we did last week, we can look at proof that it isn't that effective and debate that, but Forbes' Greg Petro reports even that might be a moot point, because consumers, especially younger consumers, are starting to get jaded and turned off by obvious, inauthentic, purchased sales jobs from their favorite YouTubers and TikTokers. And it has to be obvious, because thems are the rules. They trust their digital heroes to entertain and amuse them, but many do not trust paid influencer marketing. The only place that doesn't seem to be true is podcasting, where hosts reading ad copy seems to be effective for brands and lead to purchases. Well, anyway, if they don't trust influencers, who will they trust? The answer, to hear Greg tell it, is grassroots communities. There, people who are interested in the same kinds of things give unpaid, honest opinions about their real-world experiences with brands and products. It's the kind of thing that can give marketers and brand managers a heart incident. Or, for smart brands, it's a gold mine of info and opportunity. Amber Atherton is CEO at Zyper. Now, obviously, she loves community building because that's what their platform does. But she has a point. Fake followers, click farms, endorsement lies, that got what it deserved, a loss of trust. But if brands help build or actively participate in those authentic communities, they can learn what customers want and like, what should be improved, how their product is really used, if it's priced right, maybe what other products they can make. And it's not just Gen Zers who trust communities like this. Even OK boomers turn to neighborhood Facebook groups for the real scoop on local vendors. It's in these communities brands will find their authentic, not bought and paid for superfans who might help you out for some non-monetary reward. Some tips for operating a community, though. Don't try to censor the content. Let the criticisms fly. And be patient. Communities take a minute to grow. Lastly, and quickly, since we talked about the rising importance of building communities, you probably want to know how you can get people to subscribe to the stuff that you're making and putting out. In the old days, if you subscribed to Sports Illustrated, you got a swell football-shaped phone that worked almost as long as one football season. But today, what is it that would actually motivate someone to subscribe to you? Why do they do it? The Media Insight Project was put together by the American Press Institute and the Associated Press NORC Center for Public Affairs Research. God, that sounds important. They asked recent subscribers to 90 U.S. local newspaper sites, "Why'd you do it? What were you thinking?" Well, here's why they do it. 61% hit their limit of free articles and discovered they really wanted unlimited access. Some were passionately interested in a particular topic, let's say local politics, because they say all politics is local. Speaking of local, some subscribed because they actually care about what's going on in their community. So nosy. Some liked individual reporters or columnists so much, that's why they subscribed. Some just want to support journalism and subscribed charitably. Some want exclusive coupons. Some are new to town or have changed lifestyles, so now they're hungry for info to get caught up. And lastly, friends or families kept talking about what they saw online from the paper, and the subscriber got tired of feeling left out. Now, granted, this is about local newspaper online subscriptions, but you can extrapolate these motivations and hopefully apply them to your information subscription product. And maybe throw in a Snoopy comic strip. That always used to pull them in. That's the Content Marketing Quickie for this week. If you subscribe and listen week after week, you will rarely get caught in a conversation about something you haven't already heard about. To that end, we'll be back next week.